My name is Amrendra Kumar, and today we have with us Mr. Abesh Bivore Mitra, founder and the director of Abesh Innovation Institute. A very warm welcome, sir, in this exclusive interview series of Thoughts on Education.
Thank you very much.
Sir, to begin with, tell us something about AI Institute and your role in the organization.
AI Institute basically a kind of collaborative approach regarding academics and functional area application. That's why we introduced and associated with NSAU, the Open University, and Ministry of MSME, and that is a key functional area where really institute can operate properly. And that is our main motto, to think about all the process, how the academics can be implemented in the society, or visual art can be implemented in the society through the application process. And that is our motto already been taken out. And our committee, our organization also thinking over there. It's a very important part nowadays because the skill and development with the general education is much more significant. And all over the world, people are thinking nowadays, it's not the question of general education we are taking day by day, and knowledge, because knowledge should be implemented or application based. And that is our main motto, have taken over both the institutions properly, the government institution, state government institution under control by UGC and NAC, grade A university, that is the Open University, and Ministry of MSME is a vast area where they are working from engineering to art and traditional sector. So it's an enormous situation that is coming and welcoming them to collaborate and work together.
Sir, as I already know that you are having great amount of exposure not only in the homeland but also in the foreign countries, and you have held key positions throughout your professional career. So what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education domain?
When I started Shantiniketan, because I born and brought up from such a place as government surrounded college and universities, that is called Banipur. It's far from capital and 50 kilometers from main center from capital, and that is surrounded by government sector. Even after Second World War, there are a lot of things happened in the name of Rabindranath Tagore and Gandhiji's conception, because he had a kind of approach to vocational studies as well as skill development program together can be implemented through this process. When I got chance to work with Shantiniketan people and the teachers and the organization as a student, then I thought it's a unique process where we can really intervene and gain our knowledge and ideas through implementation process. And that's why the Sriniketan is vital rather Shantiniketan, because they are an academic section. But Sriniketan is completely depending on the application base, not only the art, design sector, but also the agriculture, rural area, land, development, everything concerned about the matter. Then I thought that one day I'll be happy if we are going to collaborate the matter properly through the visual art practice, because I used to work in the project. That means people are working in a different perspective, different profession. I had a kind of exhibition over there that is depending on the washerman. Since 80 years they are working in the Shantiniketan area, because the washermen not only washing their clothes, washing the people's clothes, and the people migrated from besides our different states, and the community, these people and this community enormously supporting our community. So it's a kind of process, people are migrating from one place to another place and helping them to develop and sustain. So why not art is accepting those issues, because the project as a founder or maybe any kind of initiator or as a key person, I thought it would be more social practices much more important rather general practice. That's why I associated with the institution and tried to develop such a kind of interaction with the common people, with the class of students, with the young generation of students, in the people, those who are senior students, senior artists, they can come together, work together in one platform. And that is our vision. And the vision should be more broader and modern. If you go to the Japan, go to the China, go to the France, Italy, each and everywhere people are thinking from root level to grassroots level to broader modern concept, because we had no that kind of modernization, because the modernization depend on technological growth and development. But we have this technological invite can intervene from one part to another part. We are accepting this, and as well as I do feel is important part. We are the functional people, those who are working directly in the field, should more intervene, more associated with this kind of practice, that people can get more job, more ideas, and more confident that can be happen day by day. And government can think also it's a great sector, then can introduce a lot of jobs, and kind of open up the area, new innovative areas. And that's the main factor to think about as a one of part of the organization, as well as also the people, those who are associated with us. These are the educationists, technologists, engineers. They are all are coming together and thinking this is a great idea. Just carry on.
Sir, being the founder of AI Institute, what is your philosophy of leadership?
My philosophy is very simple. Work fast, work more, and be confident. If you have a confidence, then you can get a lot of ideas. If you don't have confidence, you don't have work, you will not able to conquer the whole thing. The thing is, you try to understand your soil, your society, your environment, your surroundings. That's an important area. Because if you don't understand your surroundings, you will not able to understand the other surroundings also. So through this process, I do feel, because I used to do the case comedies also, used to roam around. I like people, those who are interacting with us, I'm also interacting with them. Because not only the field of art and culture, from different field and different people, those are coming from different areas, we have to work out. Because art is a combination of all. It's a mother medium. Because art education is a universal medium. So I do feel it's an important part nowadays. Artists should not only work on the canvas, they will work on the different parts of area. That is also creative part. This is like a great work of art. And if you feel cooking is a great work of art, so it's fine, go for cooking. So each and every sector is very important nowadays. So it's not the concern, just I'm concentrating on my design or artwork on my canvas, but it is much more important how you are going to imbibe your own things together. If you are playing well, go to the, I like the football, so I used to watch the football game. So it's an important part where we can intervene. So each and every area, people can intervene, people can go through. Not only the digital area, physical involvement is much more important. Those who are, doing agriculture, or those who are road maker, they have their own skill also. We have to respect them. We have to tell them. We have to accept them. This is the area. There is no differentiation. And you have to understand the process of creation of the society, how to build up in a richer level.
Those are some words of wisdom. Sir, you are having quite an exposure in the international market. So the education system in India and foreign countries are structured very differently. In your experience, what can a student gain from studying here in AI Institute?
I feel personally, because we'll be not able to provide what called the infrastructure. And infrastructure, I don't feel infrastructure means such a good building. Infrastructure means such a good kind of, a light, AC room, and absolutely a grade of, technological system. More than I feel what kind of resources we have. Infrastructure means what kind of resources we can utilize. Resources mean and structure. Infrastructure means I do feel how we can implement, how we can adapt, because there are a lot of works already been done that is from collected natural material. Enough, we have the green society as well as the green field. You can roam around, you can collect material over there, and you can introduce in your artwork. And the artwork can be more innovative, no ideas. So you need more resourceful area, and where you can get this kind of element that you can put in the art, and that will give a extra kind of ideas that you can show in the people, show it to the people, and people can understand this is a new thought, new process, new ideas. But I am not concerned about the building and the structure and so-called urbanized people, because I feel more important to go to the root and level and go to the soil. Then you can collect a lot of materials and you can reassemble, structurize, and you can think over there how you can incorporate your ideas. So nowadays is much more important area to think about the eco-friendly work. People are thinking eco-process, eco-friendly work. Why your waste material, their management, waste material management, and that is a lot of things happening nowadays. And not only the concern of this particular area, technology also helping us how to introduce and how to assimilate the whole thing, how to create the whole thing. Can make a good sculpture over there with the waste material. How can make the good painting over there with the waste material? So it's a question of their infrastructures. All time the so-called infrastructure cannot be much more helpful, but I do feel much you need to vision and think over the area how you can incorporate in your own ways. So that's an important area how can intervene and you create a new sort of works. So that's why AI is much more important area. The people are thinking not only the conventional method but with experimental way, and trying to think about how to survive, how to incorporate your idea, your creativity, your demand, how can interact. Because we have a lot of things in the market and the daily design, daily market. You have the creativity, you can intervene easily. You can introduce your design, your collection of materials. You can innovate your ideas. Why not the teacher, or why not the governments are not captivating or recapitalizing the thing in your own way? Why you are thinking in their way? Because they have their brand. They already experimented a lot. Why you people are not accepting this experiment? And this experiment is much more needed nowadays when you are getting a lot of ideas and thought process, and you can innovate good, not only the artworks, daily basic used item also. Because I do feel your next door neighbor is going to purchase your work. That is your great success. Rather, people are coming from Europe and America.
Right.
That's important.
Very rightly said, sir. We must learn to utilize the resources that we are having, rather than looking forward to have the resources which are not under the reach, under the economic reach. So, how does the curriculum of AI Institute ensure the practical exposure to these trends?
Yeah. We have basically we have three branches, that is painting, applied art, and graphic design. But painting, incorporating the ideas, experimental paintings, geometrical paintings, as well as canvas painting, paintings on wood, paintings on textile. There are a lot of things connected, and portrait painting, landscape painting, and watercolor painting, as well as gouache painting. Those are all coming together. So that means the traditional medium and modern mediums are coming together and introducing a course program. And besides that, applied art also covering those areas: wood block printing, interior designing, textile designing, fashion textile. They had a great workshop with MSME. They contributed in the sponsored program for 1.5 months, fashion garment design. So fashion garment design is not only the fashion garment design skill development or entrepreneurship program, but it was completely depending on the management, how you cover up, how you grow your design and develop your design, how you can proceed your design, as well as management process, pricing, coding, barcoding, everything. and the printing process, printing technology, all are coming together. That is in the applied art. And graphic design, we are mostly concentrating on the computer graphics, but in our institution, case is very different. We are taking classes together. Why we are taking classes together? Printing students, applied art students, and graphic designers, because each people are learning, each students learning each and every field, every area, so that man getting more richness and understanding about the art practice, design practice, and craft practice together. And that's the uniqueness AI is providing nowadays.
That's great to know, sir. Sir, students from different economic background are coming here to take the education. So, what are the steps that you are taking to welcome all those students who are having different set of economic backgrounds?
That's a great question because our country still fighting a lot to work on the situation, because post-pandemic situation it was wrecked condition all over the world, including our country suffered a lot. We are below poverty level, middle class people, below middle class people, they suffered a lot, including our sector, this art and design craft sector also suffered a lot. But I do feel it's important area. There are a lot of organizations. I'm not telling the good organization or bad organization. The organization, they are willing to support us. They are coming forward. They are helping us because students are getting scholarship from them. Not only from one institution, one NGO. There are a lot of NGOs really practicing well. They are supporting people, poor class people. The students are getting a scholarship from here also there by them. And simultaneously, we are also giving them a lot of scopes to regenerate their ideas, to sustain properly. They are selling their products, daily based products, as well as the jewelry, as well as the textile, and handmade jewelry, handmade textile, and coding a lot of showpiece also, and good work of art also they are going to sell, and while they are studying in the particular institute. And simultaneously people are collecting their works when the exhibition is going on. So people are coming there telling, I need 5 or 10 works over there. They say, people really, the students are really working well, so give them. So I do feel it's a kind of another kind of enthusiasm coming from different parts of India. And we know different NGOs and different organization, they have immense interest in terms of art practice nowadays. They transform their ideas and aesthetics, positiveness and values, because if you go through one work of art, if you see the Monet's work of art or print, you can refresh your idea. You can, morning in the lotus pond, you can get a lot of ideas. So that's why the whole society is changing, and really as a transforming India is getting a different kind of role. I don't know, I'm not going any other way, but really changing a lot. Because I can understand 20 years back when I was in Europe, I was thinking why India is not thinking about the matter, because the richness we have, not only the geographical condition, is a human presence, human skill, and it's too much. So where if they are going to really work out together, they will get a most powerful society or more powerful country in the future. So that is we are getting understanding day by day. It's coming, and if you see other countries also like Japan, China, France, Italy, they already reach over there because they thought about this important part to develop this area. This aesthetical needs is much more need, because the aesthetics, where the aesthetics, the fine arts is there, visual is there, their company already grown up a lot, because they have their philosophy and ideas. Each and every company without this kind of philosophy and idea cannot reach well, because hardcore reality nobody like too much.
Right.
So hardcore reality reality you can give a lot of things, but you can give mental freshness. In our country, we need a mental freshness and richness, and organic kind of thing, organic material is much more important nowadays, and that's an important area where we can work out together.
Sir, AI Institute, as you said, is one of its kind institute in Pan India, which is running MSME together with the education. So I would like to know more about your vision for the AI Institute. Where do you see AI Institute in next 5 years, or what is the long-term plan?
Long-term plan, we have it's a very difficult task because we have monetary problem, huge level of monetary problem. Initially, started in a very small format, but in a bigger format, we're thinking like to collaborate a lot of organizational capacity, because being the organization, one organization working with the other organization, from one organization to other organization to other organization, that means the all together the movement will come up. It's not possible to do individually, because it's not the individual surface. Maybe the idea developed from certain class of people, but when you are collaborating your ideas, because you are an expert in IT sector, that means I'm going to collaborate with you, and you are digitalizing the whole process and showing to the people. That's a kind of collaboration really looking for AI, because we need this kind of collaboration from a small level to bigger level. Collaboration each and every time we are collaborating. We are collaborating with my family members also, and roadways also, because who is coming forward and giving my leave, and so going over there. So that means we need a collaboration. It's not because of only money. We need relationship. Is gesture, good gesture, positive gesture, as well as have the skill. You have the skill. You have to share, and that's why industry interface program started working with this. A lot of companies are coming. They are already very much interested to show, and work together, and their capacity and our capacity, how it will work together. That's an important part. There are a lot of factories in between the Ganges River, beside this area and that area. Beside the Ganges River, a lot of factories already closed down, and we're planning to do something with them. And people are coming from the root level and grassroots level. They have their indigenous kind of skill. So you can come work here, and we can give a lot of space to explore your ideas. So collaboration, and as well as your innovativeness, your ideas can do a lot of things together, because when you are working alone, that means you are alone. You are working together, there is no cost of, no sign of profit and loss. That means we are enjoying, we are working, that's why we are not thinking about money. We are thinking about how we'll grow up and how we'll develop, how we'll expand your ideas through the process of the society and the social system.
Very rightly said, sir. Networking is very much important, not only for the growth of the business, but for the personal development as well.
Yeah.
Sir, any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
It's a very crucial point, because nowadays students, because I teach regularly, and I face a lot of things nowadays happening, and guardian is so much confused, because there are a lot of scope coming from the government sector and also coming from the non-government sector. Maybe he or she has a certain sort of talent or ingenious kind of thought process, but they are not getting support from the family. That's a great problem. Problem number one. Problem number two, I think, is a problem, because the problem is not only the problem. It's a kind of point over there. And the point number two is why they are facing this kind of thing. Why they are facing this kind of thing? Because guardian is not well equipped, not well known about this kind of fact is happening nowadays.
Right.
Point number two. And point number three is much more important. Because of the financial involvement, they are going back. It's too much going back. Because new areas, new exploration already came over here, already cover up the whole society, but guardians still not aware about the whole system. They have to come together. They have to shake hands. They have to come forward. They have to understand the new generation is not looking for your generation, because your generation, their generation is completely changed.
Right.
Not only the technological, they are very much technology savvy, or they are using devices, or computer, or mobile, Android, and everything, net, everything easy to handle, easy to document the whole thing. But the question is there, it has a negative point also and the positive point also. You have to take the positive point and you have to initialize the point, and you introduce the point. You have to support them properly. You should not criticize them. When you are really supporting them, that means that will give a sense of idealization of the whole society,
Right.
and the growth will come up automatically. And so, in my view, you should be more positive rather than negativism.
Very rightly said, sir. And we hope through this interview, College Dunya would be able to spread a word about art and culture and the immense amount of exposure that students can have, not only in terms of personal exposure, but also in terms of the employment opportunities. Thank you very much for giving us time, sir.
Thank you very much
Thank you, sir.
for being here and giving a very valuable time. We are very much enthusiastic. The people are working in this particular field, and besides the whole development, it is also a kind of development happening nowadays in the society. We are really, marginalizing, not marginalizing the whole thing. We are accepting the situation, great thing, and will come into.
Thank you for your time.